Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John, the Jig Illustration. Now, before you view this video, I made a lot of errors in this video in terms of the way how I read stuff, and in terms of the way how I pronounce stuff. I was more in the moment and I really needed to get stuff off my chest, and I just recorded and go. So this is not edited. This is the raw version of all of what I said. So please forgive the reading. Oh, my reading was horrible. To be honest, my reading was so horrible. And then I call a lot of words wrong. Oh man. So please forgive me when you watch this video. Alright guys. But I hope you got the points that I was trying to get at when you totally watched the whole video. So thanks for watching Jig Illustration. Enjoy.
More something down in the bar. So from remember when man a ride off.
Hey, what's going on guys? It's John from Jig Illustration. Now I back with a maybe seen as a controversial vlog. Not disrespecting anyone, it's just putting in my 2 cents about what I have read. So you know, you go through on your social media account and you usually see things that friends post. And I saw one of my friends post something that Barbados today have in the newspaper. And I like the points that she made because she was directly and correctly stating what her feelings are. And I felt the same way how she felt about what was said in Barbados today. Big up to your Mona, because you got a lot of good insight. So let me continue. So I started to read the article in Barbados today, on social media, and the headline reads, "Single Soca Monarch here to stay." So this is what the Minister of Culture, John King, said. So I was reading going on. So let me read it to you guys. Hopefully I read it good enough. And if you don't, you can actually go and look at the article in the paper or look at the article on social media. It's there for you guys to read too. But I just want you guys get an idea of what was said. So as we all know, a lot of squabble going on about, the recent completed Soca Monarch, and in terms of how, people felt like if when it comes to groovy soca and power soca, they should not be in the same category under the category Soca Monarch, because I said this in the vlog actually yesterday. I don't know how you can judge. It's to me, it probably be a little bit difficult to judge songs that like groovy soca have slower BPMs than faster soca, and the lyrics and the whole melody, everyone sings it in a different format. Like the energy that someone would give off in a performance for groovy soca may not be the same energy that someone from a power soca song would do. And how would you be able to differentiate which one performed better if there are two different styles of soca? This is a point that was pointed out in a vlog yesterday. So let me go on to read. So one of the youngest persons in this year's competition, Jamal Slocum, which is, I think his artist name is J Slow, argued that the categories should be treated differently and went as far as calling the move regressive. I agree. Anyway, let's go on. He said, I believe the competition need to be split again because there are two different dynamics. An up-tempo song has a certain BPM, which is beats per minute. For all you guys that don't know what that means, BPM. The lyrical content is treated differently. It has a different approach, but a sweet soca song is a feel-good song, which is correct. It can play in your car, commercials use it, also different. And I think Trinidad also recently returned to a groovy and power soca competition. I think it was really a regressive step to merge the competitions. No, I totally agree there, my brother, because the way how I see it, as you point out, the same thing that I keep saying, BPMs and everything. I don't know how you can judge two different styles of soca in under the same category. It's like, as I pointed out earlier, I already said this already, so I don't have to repeat myself of what I just said a couple of minutes ago. But it is totally ridiculous having two of those things in the same category. Now, let me go on to what John King said. So, however, in an interview in Barbados today, this afternoon, King contended that a split competition only results in one category cannibalizing the other. There is no need to all there's no need at all to revisit the separate competition concept. When this competition started, it was a competition geared at getting people to produce party music. It wasn't split into two. True. That's a fact. It only became split after there were so many entries from different persons that you tried to find a way that would allow varying sets of artists to maximize the thing. This is what John King said. That is what he said is true, but that was then. We talking about like early 2000s. That was then. All right. This is 2019 now. All right. So the minister added, over the years, the audience have been complaining the power soca songs have not been of a very high standard, and people were saying that they were only coming to hear the sweet soca songs. Listen, my man, that who's these people are you talking about? Because I don't know who I know you talking about. I know who's these people. Is these people that wrong you, or this is the general public? In because I find it hard that general public and go to party in an open field at an event to do a little going and do a little drive and stuff. People just come out to enjoy themselves, so people kind of walk up and get on bad. So I don't know if you get this part that people say the only coming to hear sweet soca. I have never heard such a thing, but that's what he's saying. All right. So, and when he talked about the high standard and people were complaining about the high standard, this was a fact, but this is not the fact now in present times. I would say, point out, like in the early 2000s, there was a point where when people start producing sounds like, it was I won't call it bashment soca then, because there was no type of dancehall element. It was more drum and bass style, right? There's like, push, but girl, give me a pal. Them sort of tunes, they're coming out. I'm saying that these tunes were bad tunes. I'm just saying that when you compare what we were bringing out back in the early 2000s, compare to what other countries were bringing out, they had a more lyrical and a more, when it comes to a more pulsating groove to their power songs. Belgium was real energetic and stuff. It's pure walking up, but it had a different style. And yes, a lot of people was complaining that I don't know where the music going, because it sound like just nobody in putting time out, people being lazy and writing, and people just putting a drum and a beat and a kick and just a nice hook line that everybody can remember and just run with it. That was happening in the early 2000s. But now, what he said, his statement is not relevant to present times, because now, for over the last few years now, or last couple of years, right, minus the early 2000s, we talking about middle to right now, Barbados has been producing a lot of good power sounds and a lot of good groovy music. I mean, production step up a lot. I can hear a lot of people will agree with me. Barbados, they step up now. But then, yes, we were kind of like feeling a little bit, and I find maybe go to Fats in early 2000s, we were more gravitated towards trainee power songs than we were gravitating towards ours, because ours was more like that, drum and kick bass. There was not every song, but majority of songs that was coming out was like that. But then you have Marshall, Get Mad Now, then started tunes the Tusty, then started tunes the coming out. And, and we were more gravitating towards the trainee ones, because ours was kind of lacking. It was too spacey. There wasn't much going on. Yes, it was walk-up tunes, but that was about it. And they only had a certain small fraction of people that would still bring really good songs that could compete with other different Caribbean islands in terms of power songs. But we was kind of lacking. This is the early 2000s, people. But now what he's saying, that is not relevant to now in present times. That's just my opinion. I want you guys to put in the comment section if you agree with what I'm saying. So let me continue to read. So the minister, let me, I get lost in between what I said. So, okay, let me get. So I talked about these sweet soca songs as where I ended up. So then he continued, said, so you have to make a decision as what is best interest of your constituents and the artists, just to be able to listen to their constituents and not just think in one-dimensional way. But the youths who thinking in one-dimensional way, I don't know who the constituents is. These are people that are working around you and the artists, because right now, what you saying is not what's going on. Definitely not what's going on. You ain't listening. I always said, and I always point out in different vlogs apart from this one, I always said, if you want to hear what the people got to say, yes, you can do a poll and see what people really think. But if you want to be realistic and have people listen to you and think that you're really taking this thing serious, what you need to do is to hold a town meeting open to all. Let people point out, the opinions in present times. We ain't talking about back then. We talking about now. And hear what people have to say. Because at the end of the day, you got to depend on us, the patrons. You got to depend on the artists. And you got to depend on the producers to support and bring out music, and you gotta depend on us, the patrons, to spend our money to want to come and see events that NCF or whoever doing. If you can't appeal to the audience, nobody can see a fair and you ain't making the money. Or nobody ain't come and see what you guys putting on and you cannot make no money. You gotta make money. And you need, people got this idea that the minister probably got, I'm saying that I can't read his mind, but making it sound like he thinks that we or the artists need them more than them need we. That's how that's the vibe that you would get. You know what I mean? When you listen to this, you would think that it's more like, I'm the minister and this is what I say because this is what I want. I mean, doing nothing else. But they got to remember is that you guys need the producers and the artists to bring the music, and if we hold the music, the festival can't survive. And you need the patrons, us, the people that paying the money to go to the fets and all the things that NCF will hold and different fets outside, different parties outside of NCF or government-wise institutions, I'm twisting up my words, would go to. So you guys need to come up to times. You really need to come up to times. What else is he saying? Considering that King told Barbados today that it was fitting that Michael Mercer, who performed the up-tempo song entitled Action Time, emerged the eventual winner. No, I would not even go far as saying so, because now you kind of looking really, I don't know, man. People can start reading into this, and that might not be your intentions, but now that you emphasizing that people complain that the Power Soca, they ain't got much. You almost make it seem like, well, you trying to make up for, or they ain't got people complaining about the Power Soca. So let me just put two songs that are power type socas up front, first and second, and the groovy songs behind, because they got so much groovy songs. But man, that's how you making it look. That might not be your intention, but you just make it look like if it was a plot to put the Power Soca songs up there and just let the groovy soca sit behind. Gotta be careful, man. You gotta be careful the way how you're wording things, right? Because that you make it feel like effort deeper than what you're saying. So, General, sorry for the rant, guys. I'm very passionate about soca music. I feel offended, and I'm not even an artist of what was said. As someone that goes to a lot of events or a lot of events back then in Barbados, I used to go to every cat fight, as we were saying, Barbados, meaning every event. I used to go to every single thing, and there's a lot of my friends and a lot of other people that used to go to almost every single event. And I remember one thing that we used to complain about or talk about is that it seems like nobody want to listen to the people, nobody want to give the people what they want. And I talk about in terms of, let me talk in terms like things like Party Monarch or Soca Monarch. It seems like nobody don't really listen to the audience. Everybody just do what they want to do. And I believe that it's time for like big name artists that got some weight and producers to step up to the plate and put in 2 cents in this whole thing, because you know what? The minister or whoever behind the minister, these people can't do that. Well, when is who running things. When I got remember that when is who running things, when is who making the music, and the festival can't survive without the music. No, I'm not saying that you guys should go and boycott. That's not what I'm saying. I mean that you guys should put in 1 or 2 cents. Say what we really think, and don't just. There's a lot of artists that as long as they get a paycheck, and as long as they still got any sponsors, they can give 2 shits of what really going on, because them still getting paid, so they don't really have to depend on anything from the NCF or anything was, but they got artists that doesn't have that sort of things. They got artists that are very talented that don't have the sponsorship and got to depend on NCF, and they can feel trapped. Honestly speaking, they can feel trapped. I think you guys, artists and producers, should support each other and put in 1 or 2 cents of what's going on, because there's a lot of people, and everyone always say that the two should be separated because groovy soca and power soca doesn't belong. Start watching other countries. Start watching places like Trinidad. I know J. Slow point out the Trinidad, and he think the way back. Yes, but we need to stop trying to watch other countries in terms of what they're trying to do. What we should do is think to the future, which everybody else kind of doing, but we also got to be realistic about certain things. Groovy soca and power soca realistically do not belong in the same category. They really don't belong in the same category. They should be judged. They will be judged different. And when you got to, like, I can say action time versus sometimes. Sometimes it's a sweet song. It ain't got the power like action time that we got, but it more infectious and it just got this vibe about it. Now that is not really a party tune. That's a groovy song. All right. But at the same time, how can you judge sometimes versus action time? How you judge that? Well, in my opinion, if I was to break it out, if you want me to look at it the way how you saying it should be, all should be on the same category. Well, in my opinion, sometimes should have been then. Sometimes should have been not action time. Really and truly, if you want to look at it or say it the way how you want us to see it, the way how you see it, that all should be under one category. Well, sometime should have won Soca Monarch, not action time, because of the way the when it comes to that is a better song, and the performance was up to par too. Don't get tired. You might put down performance. Anyway, I'm going to further than that. I said my 2 cents. I want you guys to put in the comment section what you think about what the minister said. Do you think that it should really be split? Do you think groovy soca and power soca deserve to be split and put into their own category? And let me start this thing with groovy soca competition and power soca competition. Do you think that they're cheaping out? Like they don't want to issue so much prizes, like for 2 first players, 2 second players, 2 third players, too much money? They don't have the support. They don't want to say they ain't got enough money to support 2 competitions. What you guys think? Put your thoughts in the comment section. Man, sorry for the rant, but I had to put in my 2 cents on this whole thing. And I have to. I know it's not part of the topic, but it's something that I has pointed out before. I've seen some of my friends said the same thing. It's about Bashment Soca. I believe that Bashment Soca should be taken out of crop over season. I think Bashment Soca, just listen carefully before you jump to what try to start attacking me, because I said take it out. Bashment Soca has now been has turned bigger. It can survive by itself now. You got people that actually is dig Bashment Soca. You got a big audience for Bashment Soca. I believe you guys can take it out of crop over season and put it further down the year, like a September, October thing, and have its own competition and let they had own Bashment Soca Fest. The same way how we got Soca Fest for crop over season, they could got Bashment Soca Fest events, the whole 9 yards. In this way, you will have artists continually bringing out music in Barbados. More work for people, more work for producers, more events, more things for people to enjoy and do in Barbados. Because we know you got reggae in the hill and dancehall on the beach earlier in the year. Then here comes crop over. Now then you can, and then after crop over, if you got Bashment Soca and crop over and everything, after crop over, there's nothing to do. There's nothing going on. There's no big events to continue going on after crop over season. You mean people got to wait all up to next year, or wait to this Independence Day where you can hear a little bit of something, and then wait all the way to the year turn to get something to do? Man, you guys got to think big. Stop putting with the mind in a box. Stop thinking backwards. Open with the mind. Organizers, open your mind. Start living in the past. Stop living in the past. This, you gotta have good foresight. Open your mind, think outside the box, look for the future. This is the future, not the past. Stop thinking about things and the way how things happen in the past, how things used to be. Look, I respect John King as a veteran. This man did a lot for Barbados in terms of soca. He did so much. But now as a minister, I don't know, man. As a minister, I ain't feeling you anymore, man. I think you get a little bit too caught up with being a minister and forgetting how it really is to be, I feel like an artist coming up. You kind of lost sight somewhere down the line. I don't know what happened. But man, you gotta open your mind. Think outside the box. Stop being, I don't know. I feel like F is some sort of arrogance that like, as the minister and what I say and what I think because of my background and what I've did in the past, I qualify to say that this is where it stands. Man, you gotta listen to people, listen to the people, listen to what the people want. And I think I'm gonna need to change some of their ideas of how I'm gonna judge, when I should start putting in things. And I said this yesterday, start thinking of ways how I could get people to come to events. Start putting in artists that want to know that will bring money to the events, and not putting them in like you purposely judge them to get the points. Put them in as to give the people of Barbados the opportunity to vote at least 2 or 3 persons they want to see automatically go to the finals. That is a workable thing in my opinion. Do you guys agree? Put it in the comment section. Well, that is it for me now. Finally, I'm done. I keep rambling. That's it, guys. Stay tuned. I definitely got some more song reviews to do for you guys. I got one by Don Ryder, production from him that I have to review, and I definitely got to get in and break down Porgy's move. So stay tuned. Keep watching Jigs Illustration. Big up to all my new subscribers. Big up to all my old subscribers. All my new subscribers and anyone who engaged in my videos. I have your name. I trying to point in the right direction, and over here, over this side, I have your names at the bottom of the screen. They're scrolling. That's my shout out to you guys. So I hope you see that I do engage you guys, and I shouting you out and I bigging you up for subscribing and for keeping engaged on my channel. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. This is John of Jigs Illustrations. Fainting. Are gone.